Welcome back, everyone, for the next part of Library of Ruina. Yes, I know. I was even in the last part, cutting right in front of Huch, but you know, I didn't really plan for the abnormality to be so beatable. You know, the last time I tried anything with Huch, she died within one turn. Now she was able to handle it just fine, thanks to Lapa's support. He took care of the left foot for her, right? Or rather the right foot for her. And it seems like the left foot was all about targeting the enemy that the right foot was trying to go after for. Either way, it wasn't really that bad. We just had to make sure that the bottom foot never reaches my Huch with its recovery power or boosted damage power, right? Right. Anyways. Hello! Got some fresh books for you! Hi, Roland. You're working hard as always. You tell me. If only our Miss Head Librarian could appreciate all this hard work with a huge reward or anything. Or maybe some better cards. How are you doing with Angela, by the way? Yeah, so I guess. She can be scary at times, but I can live with it. Angela seemed to be the most comfortable when she's talking with you. Oh, really? To be fair, all the librarians I've met so far did seem to despise Angela. You told me before about your motto of that's that and this is this, right? I've been thinking, and I don't think I can follow that. I would have to loathe Angela with all my beings, but I just can't get myself to bear any unconditional hatred towards her. To bear unconditional hate. Oh boy, that took a turn. I'm guessing it's because Angela has her a fair share of tragic history and stuff, right? That's right. Everyone has their own history, or rather story, even if someone is committing bad things right now. I don't want to judge them based on solely the snippets I see of them. So I try to understand them in depth. Man, you're an angel. I wish Hazard or Netzek were half as kind as you. Do I look like a kind person to you, Roland? I don't know about kind and good. That aren't exactly one and the same. Is that so? I wasn't really a good person, you see. Oh, is this about your first and second life? I remember Markov talking about them. I see. That is how Markov puts it. Yeah, you're right. My first life was a tragic one. It seemed to be the case, or rather that seems to be the case with everyone around here. You were all doing research to cure humanity, right? So many people were killed because of me. Huh? You're admittedly pretty good at fighting as a librarian, but you don't smell like a serial killer or something. Do I? I still think I'm directly responsible for their deaths. I snitched to the head about the experiments we were doing and about the atrocity things we are committing. They sent an arbiter to the laboratory and killed so many of my colleagues. When I heard the news, I couldn't take it anymore, so I took my own life. What happened there? I had to watch as Markov, Yeset, and Netzek died horrible deaths in the laboratory. And what happened to a young boy who participated in the experiment. That's not all. We injected people with drugs and recorded the changes and side effects they made. Within the city? No. The laboratory was on the outskirts, to avoid the head in its eyes. Ah. Now you can see that I'm not a good person at all, right? Nope, it's not that. I'm frowning because there's one thing about the story I don't understand. The head bothered to dispatch an arbiter just to take care of a research project that got some people killed? One that took place in the outskirts, outside of the city's limits? This part doesn't make any sense. Are you really sure it was an arbiter? That's what I heard. It matches off what I learned at Lobotomy Corporation during my second life too. It is still too hard for me to believe. You're pondering over odd things, Roland. I thought you'd be lambasting me for being a traitor. Well, betrayals happen on a daily basis around here, where I used to live. Besides, real betrayal tend to be a whole lot more cruel, you know? Are you from one of the nests, Huch? Yeah, I was born in a nest, and I went to a school in a nest. And the other librarians are too? Most of them are. There's one from the back streets and one from the outskirts. But that's about it. Damn, you guys were all elites, huh? I gotta wonder how you ended up living such miserable lives. And you all had to thrive to leave behind the comfort of living in a nest for a research facility in the outskirts. This must have taken some determination. My bad for calling you a bunch of spineless snobs. Yeah, that's a lot of determination. You were full of passion too, which I ended up betraying. That means the reason you can't blindly hate Angela was mostly an excuse for yourself. I guess. I made a huge mistake once, but I want to be better now. I want to become a better person. I'm sure everyone wants to. At the same time, a part of my mind still can't forgive Angela. Another flash? We already spent 2 days in the stalemate. You're holding up much better than I expected. Of course we are! Did you really think we'd be good to sleep just because you told us to? However, it is only a matter of time. And time is what matters to you the most right now. True, the longer we last, the more the Pillar of Light is going to achieve its dream. They just have to survive for 7 days, right? They already prevailed for 2 days, that's a good sign! Our employees have sustained too much damage. The regenerator are at their limits too. I put up with the play for such a long time, I could pass a day or two in an instant. But these last 2 days have felt so long and slow. Angela, you filthy deeds born out of your personal desires shall never be brought to fruition. They really oh my god! It's a scene from back then! Just as meta boxes! Gabora, don't lose! The circumstances are no longer the same as before, Gabora. I am now aware of the existence of ego and its capability. All employees from the welfare and disciplinary team have fallen. You will never get to spread the light for those 7 days you all planned. It would last perhaps 4 days at most. And I'd be left with only 3, or rather 2 or 3 days worth of light for myself. In any case, none of us will have won this battle. What is your point? I would like to make a proposal. I want to live, you see? You skipped an important part? She was about to make a proposal. Angela offered us a deal, and many of the Sephiroth were against it. Sephiroth? Oh, that's what the librarians were called back in lobotomy corporations. Either way, the 9 librarians sleeping on each floor, you know? Ah, I see, yeah. The one I met didn't seem too happy with this shop, I guess. I guess that is why all of you hate Angela so much. Me, Markov, Yeset, Netzek, and Hogma were the one opposing her offer. That means Bina, Tipperet, Gabora, Chesed were for it? Is that it? Did I miss anybody? No. Okay. That means the other 4 approved it. Angela wasn't completely alone, huh? To be fair, they weren't really actively supporting it. It was more for the feral. 1 second. Why were you against her offer if you thought she could eventually become a better being? It's silly, I know. Even in the middle of all of that, I was thinking I could repent for my sins with that. Hold on, what? You what now? You were supposed to die at the end of the plan Angela ruined? Yeah. The whole thing was meant to end with us shutting down, falling into an eternal slumber, knowing that our long-desired wish was fulfilled. Jeez! You were all ready to really accept a morbid fate like that? After going through hell for multiple years? You're always surprised over the oddest details, Roland. I thought you would blame me for running away from my problems. Even at the end. Nah, that's totally a natural reaction, in my opinion. I'm not a very strong person or spiritual person, so I get why you would do that. So in summary, you objected to Angela's offer at first, but you wanted to forfeit your life at the last step of your atonement. But now that you had some time to think things over, you're willing to give Angela a chance? Yeah, that's about right. It was a rather heavy topic for me, but you summed it up neatly. Well, things are bound to seem lighter from the outsider's perspective. Thanks for listening anyways. It helps me sort through my thoughts too. You're welcome, miss. It's all part of my work. So, after our ending, nobody was allowed to be free? They were supposed to all die? In the pillar of light? Everything is red? The heck? Wait, does it mean everything has a downside? The shoes were colorless. They will soon turn red. Single ally. At the start of the scene, each enemy is alert at a 50% chance. Alert enemies prioritize the Barbarian as a target and deal 2 to 4 damage with attacks. Gain 1-2 power in clashes against alert enemies. So I have a better chance fighting against them, but if I fail, they are going to do even more damage to me. Great! I mean, for my tank it would be good. But other than that, it seems not that helpful. Obsession. I'll break your legs, then you won't be able to dance ever again. All characters apply twice as many stacks of bleed. Oh! Well, would you look at that? Doesn't that mean I can use a bleed build on Hot then? Yes, that should mean that, right? And then we have the axe. At some point, Redacted was wearing the shoes, grinning from ear to ear. It was, it was quite a strange... It wasn't a smile, it was a smirk, a grimace, an evil display. At the very least, they were happy, huh? At the very least, they were happy. Slash dice gains 1 to 3 power. Takes 2/5 stagger damage when the slash dice does not connect. So it's pretty much like the Heart of Aspiration, but only for slash attacks. So the downside only affects slash attacks as well. Okay. At the very least, I'm not forced to attack every turn, right? Really now? That's sick? Now? Just now? Are you for real? The child of the wait a second, I thought it was supposed to be with Markov. I mean, we have the girl, and we have a teddy bear. That would have fit perfectly with them. But then again, you do have the the fragment of the universe, so it would make sense for you to have that. Oh, by the way, fragment of the universe, I didn't change something. I should probably do that. There we go. Possessing the fragment of the universe, gain an additional chance of 5% to do extra damage on stagger. Great. Actually speaking, I kind of want to see how that looks like. Well, it doesn't really fit with the clothes, but it certainly leaves a mark. A very strong impression, I must say. I think we're going to stick with the face, though. I am going to equip it, but we're going to stick with the face, right, Penguin? Yeah, we're going to stick with the face. Okay, well, let's just jump right in here and see what the Child of the Galaxy is all about. With the fragment of the universe and all the good stuff. Are we going to see another clip once I defeat them? I mean, Yeset, Markov, and Hot were already talking about the past before they were able to do the deal. Maybe Netzig is going to elaborate on that? Maybe? Anyways, first and foremost, I cannot click on the child, but I can click on the other stuff, which is also the Child of the Galaxy. Pebble. Restore 10% of HP at the start of the scene. Does not activate if the current HP is 1. Don't leave me. HP does not go below 1. Becomes staggered upon taking lethal damage. After 2 scene, restore HP equal to the current HP of another ally. If all allies have 1 HP at the start of the scene, die. Parting tears at the start of the... At the start of the scene, if there's an ally with 1 HP, including self, all characters lose 10% of their max HP. So he is still able to cry. Okay, that's good to know. The kid always ignored me, since I wasn't in charge of it. Seems to be using more vicious methods now, but guess it still values its friend. Never leave my side, you have to stay together? If my friend get hurt, that would be sad. So he cares about his friends. Glimmer, 1 to 10 avoid, 3 to 6 hit, inflicts fragile. And both of them can do that. Okay, I need something that is able to pass through the avoid check. And then hit with a 3 to 6. That's not promising at all. How about a struggle for that guy? And maybe a little bit of paralysis. Yeah, I think you would love to have some paralysis around here. There you go. A little bit of stagger damage. Everyone knows enough stagger damage around here. But they're still able to recover. That's going to be problematic. Okay. Both of them are trying to go for my net sec. That's not good. Unused. Restore 1 light. Oh, you just want to restore a light? Well, we can certainly help with that. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. You have to take care of the other one first. Star Shower. 2-4, 2-4, 2-4. Yeah, we'd certainly have to go with retaliation against that. There's a chance to block all of them and then we can do a lot of damage. Is it on use? It's on use. How about a little bit of blow up? There's a chance we might be able to inflict even more paralysis on them, and I would really love to see that. Okay, I wasn't able to pull that off, but that's fine. Yes, yes, that's it. Yes, that's my boy! That's my boy! How about even more stagger damage? Take them all! Did it do anything? I think it did. I got him at least, so that's good. He's going to go for the Star Shower again. Well, I'm going to use retaliation against you as well. Then how about a little bit of feeling out? Or rather, fend this off. I believe that's going to be helpful, right? But it might lead to a little bit too much damage on Netzek's side though, right? I mean, he's already down to 15. But then again, they do recover 8 HP every turn, so we have to keep that in mind. Okay. A little bit of struggle for that guy. A little bit more fending off for that guy, I would say. 1, 2. Down to 16, that's good. No damage for Netzek. Yeah, we need a tentacle. How about Penguin's going to get that? So, next, Star Shower again. Do we have retaliation? Yes, we do. We're trying to go for the Glimmer. Well, we don't really care about the Glimmer, that's for sure. How about a little bit of Guts Harvesting, huh? Guts Harvesting is always the answer for such a case. Okay, it's already staggered, down to 12. I don't like the fact that you continuously apply Fragile on him. I don't like that at all. Sure. Fend this off might be able to help. Actually, Actually speaking, we can totally ignore this. How about we're just going to focus down on him for now? With commanding as well. Maybe the cry is going to help us lowering down the other guy as well. I mean, there's a chance he might be able to help us with that. He's only going to do damage for... Oh, you attacked them as well! And I'm really sorry about that, Child of the Galaxy. Oh, I get it. You're friends too. I can take that away. You're friends too. I can take them away. Like, you... What? You have done to me? You have friends too? I can take them away like you are doing right now. Ah, right now, because I'm taking away your friends. You blobs of the galaxy. I see. Well, I mean, it's not like I'm trying to take them away from you. It's more like, I kind of have to, you know? How about a little bit of paralysis on you as well? 2, 3. Oh, shoot, I'm staggered. Screw that. Please don't recover yet. Okay, he's still continuously crying. That's good. Don't recover just yet. I'm not ready for this. You. That's sick. Struggle card against him. Do it. 1, 2, 3. Not a struggle. Are you going to recover? You recovered. Are you kidding me? The heck? I don't have the lights though. You know what? Wait a second. I'm gonna retry this really quickly. Now we're going to be a little bit more aggressive this time around, huh? Yeah, that should totally do the trick. Also, I changed up Netzek's keycard. Now he doesn't have Jack's key page anymore. And instead uses the card from the stray dog, the guy that gave us so much trouble during the last part, you know? That card is so strong. I hope it's going to be helpful enough to beat those guys up. Even though they're not going to dish out that much stab damage, but that's fine. They also have a fatal bash weakness, right? It's fine. It's totally fine. Okay. Both of them are trying to go for a Star Shower, so we're going to go Retaliation on the left guy. Commendation for the right guy. And then you can't really do anything this time around, but that's fine. We're going to regain even more light during this freaking turn. Holy hell, that did a lot of damage. That did a lot of damage. Oh, great. Well, I guess we're just going to scream then. That already forcefully staggered him. That's good. We're going to try to go for my penguin, but let me just say it right now. There's no way in hell you're able to pull off that. Yeah, I'm going to go for I'll end you. On both of them. On both of them. Because why the heck not? Okay, he's still alive. To a certain degree at least. It's good. I think a struggle should be good enough. Then you already have paralysis on you, that's good. I'm going to make sure that that sticks on. And then... I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be enough. So we're going to apply even more paralysis on you. Just in case. Just in case. I need you to be staggered, and all types of circumstances we need to keep the damage going. Preferably he has to cry, which sounds a bit weird and evil at the same time, but it's just how it is. Trimming the ingredients. Sure, go ahead. Can't do retaliation, but that's fine. It should be enough to get him down to 1, right? Number 1. Number 2. Perfect. Okay. Now he's going to start crying, which means they aren't able to heal, right? Yes, they can't heal as long as he cries. And of course you decide to go for me, but that's fine. I don't really care about that. I'm going to make sure that he hits first. Paralysis. Then maybe a little bit of retaliation. Yeah, a little bit of retaliation is going to be helpful. Number 1. Locked. Back. And staggered. Even better. He's not able to heal now, right? If you're staggered, you can heal. Both of them are on 1. And now I just hit them again, right? I just need to hit them again, I think. With Endure. Why not? So does it do the trick? Are we done now? Yes. Okay. Okay. So all that we needed was a little bit more attack power and a second dice, and that solved all our issues, right? Fighting against recovery is always an issue around here. Oh well. Unless, of course, you have the resources to fight against it. If you have enough MP and endurance, you can totally fight against that, but our light recovery isn't really the best around here, right? And they continuously stagger our guys. We don't really receive that much healing than them. It was kind of a bit... It was kind of evil, right? It was kind of evil. So, I see both of them are drunk again. Hey, did you know that art is inseparable from alcohol? Oh yeah, I heard of that. They say art is all about flashes of inspiration, right? You know it. Maybe we're on the same page after all. Oh, you brought a different booze this time. Absinthe? This is the liquor with the legacy that is so deeply tied to art, it is almost legendary. Since I'm in charge of art, I could use some stimulation to work like a real artist. This one is pretty strong, and it's charming nonetheless. What if Angela scolds us like last time though? Yeah, we can worry about that later. Works for me. By the way, just thought I would mention there's no need to worry about courtesy and stuff with me. I would say it's more comfortable for me to go with courtesy. Alright then. Look at this glowing green liquor. It is just like the art of the city. Imitations are provocative, but nothing else. Imitation of imitations, in fact. Though I don't see any point in being original either. I'm likely someone or something else imitation too. As if stuff like originality or arts even matter in the city in the first place. All these self-proclaimed artists are nutcase. They seem to be mistaken any simulation that is stronger than your usual art, rather than usual for art, just like how I am praising the string as a work of art. The pianist must have been one hell of a stimulation then. I heard that its music was a hair-raising masterpiece that evoked this grey city from its Enwin. Oh, really? Well, the intensity was unprecedented, that's for sure. I mean, it literally obliterated the whole town, right at the department. And some are still hung over from the performance, like they were slammed with a real strong booze. And how about you? I must be one of them, I suppose. I never heard that kind of music before. I guess you've taken a liking to art, seeing that you're talking about all of this. True. If I could choose to live a different life, I might have been a painter or something. A painter? I would be able to quietly express all my emotions on the painting. Maybe I could have lived a humble life just like that. And how would a modest man like yourself end up getting involved in something as grandiose as curing humanity? It's really a mystery. I'm not even sure. I think I wanted to be of help to someone, saving somebody's life, like a past friend, huh? Oh, someone, huh? Maybe your first love? Was it love? Really? Even if it were, it wouldn't have worked out anyways. But I was still holding on to that hope that I could make something better. That if I let go of my life, I could bring a bigger hope to someone other, and to another person. That's why I participated in the research. That is why I stood against Angela. They're still fighting. They're still fighting. Isn't it about time we ended this stalemate? We're in the dawn of the 4th day. If you had to drag on any further, I'd be left with no choice but to terminate all of you instantly. I'm with you on this one. We're never going to beat you at this rate. I didn't fight the spread only immediately half of the life. Gibora, how could you agree with her? We might lose everything. I'm with Angela too. Enough deaths deserve a better meaning than this half-baked light. I'm not willing to gamble with everything we've worked for. Say, Angela, if what you're saying is true, does it mean the employees who died in this place can come back to life as well? Indeed. You and your employees will wake up with brand new bodies. It doesn't erase all the pain we had and the employees went through. And all our hard work too. Even if this deal were to be put through, it will only delay the inevitable. How can we trust you not to betray us yet again? Betray? Oh, don't be absurd. Have we ever once gathered around the table, calmly discussing what we should do with this light? No, we never, because we never had an idea if we can actually pull it off. We haven't. I'll make sure to keep this promise though. Both you and I require the light in its own, albeit for different reasons. I could use up this residue of light left for me right now, but I would much prefer to have all of it. So I would like to live more. I don't care if you want to die or not. I want to live my own life. And I would like to learn more about the city and about the world I live in. Angela. Once we reclaim all of the light, you're free to lay judgment upon me when the time comes. Though I won't sit back, of course. That is all I have to offer. If no one else objects, I proceed with it right away. I shall become the sentinel once more and watch your every action. Hogma! It appears that we have all come to an agreement. Don't worry, I have no plans to let this be the end. So both sides want to have the full amount of light? So the 4 days, 3 days thing is all because of a stalemate? Until they decide what to do with the light itself, but only after gathering it all? Once and for all? Yeah. So they haven't really made peace with each other. The fight's just going to continue on a later day. I see. Life will call out you once again, so take a nap until then. Whoever said out loud they wanted to die is lying. They actually want to live more than anyone, so they express that urge in one way or another. On the other hand, when someone is genuinely willing to die, they end up disappearing silently. When Angela said she wanted to live, I felt something within me. And I wanted to live too. No one really wants to die, man. They all seem to be regretting it moments before death. Well, it's usually too late for them by the time they realize that. You seem well versed in that kind of stuff. You get to see all kinds of people when you work as a fixer, even if you don't want to. Well, when I saw that desperation to live, I was reminded of many employees who died right in front of my eyes back in the Lobotomy Corporation. It's ironic how we were trying to save humanity, yet couldn't save the people right next to us, or ourselves. That is when I thought, if I could live more, what would I want to do? Well, it's a good idea to think about your next move, yeah? How about you, Roland? Are you going to go back to being a fixer once you're free? Well, I have to think about that some more. I still have a long way to go after all. I mean, we haven't even reached the middle layers yet. Let's give it our best shot. Alright, here's to us. Cheers! I can toast that right. Here's to us. Is Angela going to... Okay, this time around Angela didn't interrupt them. That's a good sign, right? That's a good sign. I got the teardrop, the pebble, and the token of friendship. Do you like it? More than you like me? Isn't it obvious? I know everything. Whatever you do, wherever you go. Because that pedal is literally my own detection device. I know everything. I can hear everything. I see everything. The token of friendship is actually just the approval of stalking in the eyes of the child of the galaxy. Oh, that guy. Oh, that child is so creepy. It's so creepy. It's supposed to be so cute, but on the other hand, no, I can't like it. I simply cannot like it. Okay. At the start of each scene, 3 random pages in hand gain the pebble status. Exclude 1 play page. Recover 3 to 7 HP upon using pebbles in the pages with the pebble. Use 1 of 3 HP upon using pages without the pebble. So you restrict my card usage for the sake of recovery. Huh. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Teardrop. I hear his whisper and breath. Pitch black darkness follows, just like the night I met him. Single ally. Dice power +1. On that, all characters take 50% of this character's max HP as damage. 60. Maximum is 60. And all for 1 dice power. Yeah, no. That sounds terrible. The token of friendship. Maybe that is better. The pebble drops into your hand, sparkles, sways, tickles, and eventually becomes the universe. All allies. For 3 scenes, all allies recover 10% of HP at the start of every... Oh, okay, that is much better. There's no downside to this. Nobody's dying or getting stalked. That's good. Okay, at the very least, we have 1 good card around here. And we advance to Urban Plague. Great. Now we are considered a plague. No more legends. He says, I don't have a disease. Scene 4. Urban Plague. Thelma, dear, it's all thanks to me that you could keep your position as head of the South Branch. So maybe you should return some of that favor. No? I know that was the deal. What do you want this time? I want your crew to take care of this thing on this list. I think I might be able to locate it soon enough. These are all ridiculous requests. Well, do we have the right team for this? Let me guess. Section 2? Yes. See? I'm a very considerate person, Thelma. The library is on the list as well. Now appointed as Urban Plague by the Hannah Association. That is the one I'm particularly interested in, actually. Because we might have some information about the discussion. We don't have that, but we would love to have your information about the distortion. We're literally scamming them for infos by luring them in with the books of their friends and infos we don't really have, but from the name alone, it sounds interesting for them, right? Hey, Roland. Yeah, okay. If your estimate is correct, we'll have to thoroughly prepare ourselves for guests from a major syndical and even wings from now on, right? That's the 3rd most surprising thing to happen to me. Yeah. What nonsense are you going on about this time? You just called me Roland, not servant or anything. Well, that's because it's your name? I mean, yeah, but you've never referred to me with my name before. My level of trust to you has increased, and I wanted to reinforce that amenity, so I tried to refer you in a relatively more intimate terms. Is there a problem to that? Oh, come on, that's a boring answer. It's been a long while since anyone called me by my name. Still, the last time I heard that was from my family, I guess. Didn't you say that your grandma disappeared long ago? Oh, well, I had a wife, you see. Well, that's intriguing. You're not intrigued by the fact that someone like me managed to get married, right? You're intrigued by the whole concept of this ineffective practice among humans known as marriage, right? Please tell me more about your marriage. She's not going to elaborate which part of it was interesting. Just a heads up, it's an overly banal story with some sad moments. Don't think you will really like it. I'm always open for new stories of others. Says the one who won't even tell me the story of her own life. Well, I can't bring myself to recount that story ever again. I'm simply too sick of it. Imagine repeating it again, even though I don't have to. It's a boring and driveling story that loops forever and over and over for 10 millennia. Imagine reading the same book for 1 million years. You would surely grow to resent it, right? I would choke myself by the time, around the 5th time, I'd be forced to read a boring book. Well, anyways, I used to work my ass off. Had nothing better to do. I wasn't a bad fit for fixer work, coming from a rough background and all. As I kept working like a busy bee, I got a house in a decent spot and met a so-called soulmate. Since she was a tough woman when I looked at her work, I felt the comfort of finding a place to belong to, something I couldn't feel even when I brought my house. I made so many attempts to try and catch her attention. Oh, am I dragging on too long? No, please, continue. It's fine, please continue. Okay, well, that's one way of meeting your soulmate in a bloody covered street with corpses. I did get a bunch of opportunity to see her, since we were in the same industry. My wife was a pretty high-graded fixer, by the way. She was dependable for a reason. Anyways, countless ups and downs later, we tied the knot. I put it simply here, but the heartache I felt in those twists and turns was real, you know? Both of us had piled up a hefty amount of money from working like dogs, so we decided to quit being fixers for a while and spend a peaceful time together. This part is kinda corny, but happy, and it's the only word to describe how I felt, really. I was alone my whole life, and finally had someone to rely on. All we had to worry about was what to have for lunch. We had to take a stroll in the evening, what to name our child and stuff. Then one day, got an urgent call from a friend, asking me to do a request far away from home. You can probably guess where this is going by now. The job wasn't a huge deal, and the pay was alright, so I decided to take it. The lady who lived with me said okay too. I was dispatched to a district famous for peons, which was my wife's favorite food. Peons? What's that? Oh, never mind. I could almost see her mouth water with the thought of eating it when she sent me off. To live up my better half's expectations, I purchased a statistic preservation book from U-Corp to present her with a warm pigeon that's straight from the kitchen. But a huge incident occurred in my home district while I was away. The house collapsed. My wife died along with our child she was still pregnant with. I cried for a long while, cursing the world and the city. I writhed and struggled, trying to learn, or rather to earn, this happiness. Why does it have to be slipped out of my hands so easily? And I would say that's the end of my story. You're really going to end it there? What happened? What happened? Didn't you try to save her? And what did you do afterwards? I mean, having such a soul-crushing experience, you must have been devastated. Huh. This kind of stuff can happen to anyone in the city. It's only a matter of time, or rather, a matter of endurance. You could endure that? You could actually endure the trial? I'm trying to settle it on my own terms. What was the second most surprising thing to you, by the way? Huh? Oh, that working here suits me better than I thought, I guess. I'm saving the biggest surprise for the last. It's not fun to spoil everything at once, is it? Fine then. I leave you with sorting the books, right? Yeah, let's just end it there before we start reading more about this pastime. Who knows, maybe Angela gets bothered by that, but wait a second, you can now transfer passive abilities? I can transfer passives? To passive attributes, you can slot the passive abilities on one key page to another. You can check the list of key pages that possesses the passive ability on other key pages from attributes known as enhancement pages, and see a list of key pages that are currently attributed to others. Simply click on the list of passive abilities to open the passive attribution pop-up. What? Stray dogs. Step 1. Click on one on the key pages to attribute it to the current key page. So I'm sacrificing them? From the list of attribute key page, select the passive ability you would like to use. Each passive ability has a cost, and key pages have a cost threshold along with a max quantity that limits how many passive abilities can be equipped at the same time. Also, no more than one of those same passive abilities can be equipped at once. Interesting. I have to check that out right now. Sorry, new recruit. We have to wait. Actually, I still have to recruit 2 others. Let's see. That's it. You got a new card. I need to click on passives. And this page has 6 slots. Okay. Is that the number on the slots how many it's going to use? List of passive abilities. Oh. That means any passive ability can be transferred? Any of them? I can remove them as well. Okay, what do I do now? Word attribute? No, I can kick them out like this. Can you put it in? Yeah? Is it in now? Is it... How... Can I still remove it? Interesting. Okay, so I have to select it in here, put it on the list. I can only put 4 attributed pages on the list itself. And then I have to select them for my slots, which are also going to be shown here in my cost page. I see. Okay. Good that we made that clear. No, wait. You can save that. And then it's also over here. Okay, I getcha. This is going to be a bit complicated then, especially since we have so many key pages, right? We have so many possibilities around here. Now, immersion rations doesn't really seem to be that good in general, simply because it literally just gives you a little bit of extra HP every scene. But it is becoming quite handy on longer fights, right? But either way, that's something I have to worry about later. Cancel. Yes. That's something I have to worry about later. After all, we are slowly reaching the end of today's part, right? I hope you guys had fun with today's part, and see you next Monday once I prepare our new employees, deck them out with new cards, new passive abilities, and all of the good stuff, right? All of the good stuff. I hope you guys had fun, and see you next Monday. Until then, bye bye!